Yo, what is up, guys? Hope you're doing well. I've been trying to record this video for a little bit. Stuff kept going wrong. But anyway, we're here now. I've got this lovely review for you. So this one is the Panzerkampfwagen 2 AUSF/G. Some of you are going to, absolute butcher me for my pronunciation on that. And that's fine. I'm still learning. Even though German models is basically all I do. So with this, it does come with the figures as well. And then on the side here, we've just got a few more tanks in the Tamiya range. And then we've got a couple of insignias. Not too much detail on the side of it. If anyone, pause it, read this, and if you can, translate it for me. Brilliant. If you can't, don't worry about it. This is a 1971 kit. So, be prepared for some imperfections. So straight off the bat, we've got our stands, helmets, we've got some MP40s, we've got a Car 98K, we've got an MG34, we've got some pouches, and all this is sort of to go with the actual figures themselves, or the infantry that come with this tank. I probably won't be building this on this kit, but that's because I don't really do figures. So going on from there, here we have the actual kit thing for the figures. We do also have a figure on this sprue, which we'll get to in just a second. But here we've got 4 of our figures, and really nicely detailed. There are some mould lines on them, so they will need a little bit of cleanup. But to be honest, from a kit from 1971, I'm not going to complain too much about there being mould lines. I'm really not. So, here we come to our road wheels, our roller wheels, our sprockets. Actually, I'm not sure if this has roller wheels. Yeah, it did. It did have roller wheels. To be honest, I could have just turned the sprue round. The more you know. Yeah, so here we have another one of our figures. And obviously we've got our sprockets, we've got our idler wheels, we've got our roller wheels. We also have our road wheels as well. I'm not sure how I'm going to paint this tank up yet. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. Might do a little bit of light damage, which I have kind of been teaching myself. We'll get on to the upper and lower hull in just a second. Here we've kind of got, the parts that our sprocket will go onto. We've got our turret. But yeah, we've also got our front panel. I think that's what that's called. Well, we've got the driver's hatch. We've got our rear panel. Exhaust. We've got some tooling. So all in all, for quite a small kit, I mean, granted, if you take them two away, there is only 2 sprues for this kit. But it's a beginner-friendly kit. And obviously, in classic Tamiya fashion, we have the rubber band tracks. And if you're anything like me, you can't stand these, but you still use them anyway. But that's just me. Same again. These aren't too bad. I mean, you just kind of thingy them together, then get like a hot screwdriver or something. And these little pins up here, you just kind of melt them down when you've got that on. And they should stay together. I say should because sometimes I have a tendency of not staying together. So now we get on to the upper hull. So already some of the stowage is already put onto the tank, so you don't actually have to worry about building that part of it. Which, for me, personally, kind of takes away from the fun of it. But, again, kit from 71, I am not going to complain all too much. There are injection pinholes, which is fine. Put a little bit of filler on them, a little bit of putty, sand it away, you'll be fine. These you can just clip away, but to be honest with them, they're not going to get in the way of the fitment. So it's not too bad. I've probably butchered that complete. There we go. Okay, so it does actually fall into place, kind of. But yeah, they won't hinder the process of putting it all together. Does have really nice details up on the fender. I mean, we've already got some tools put on there. All in all, for a Tamiya kit, the details are lovely. I can't argue with them details. But, as I said, great Tamiya fashion. They're usually a nice, simple kit to build. And as I said, if you are trying to get into the hobby, you can't go wrong with a Tamiya. So, out of the Tamiya models that I've built, and excuse me for clearing my throat, usually you'd have to put all this on. They've already put it on for you. So it kind of makes the part count a lot less. Because where you haven't got to put these on, part count is a lot lower. They are made to be sort of like RC tanks. So the rubber band tracks are actually usable tracks. All the road wheels, sprockets and idler wheel will all turn. So they can be used as a RC, which I think is pretty awesome. Because it also shows you where the batteries go. You've got your on-off switch. You've got where your motor would sit. It's really, really lovely. And yeah, this is probably going to be the smallest tank that I've made in 1/35. Which I'm not surprised considering it's a Panzer II. But all in all, lovely. And then we've got these. So these will typically go on to like your road wheels and everything. So this is what makes them workable. So you don't have to glue them on, which is lovely. And then we come over to our decals, our little decal sheet. Lovely decals. Tamiya always do have lovely decals. I don't know if it's just me that thinks that, but I think Tamiya decals are lovely. I think they're one of the best. Excuse me. Yeah, I generally think they are probably one of the best. I mean, you tell me your thoughts down below. You can disagree with me. That's perfectly fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And it would be nice to have a little discussion about who you, or find out who you think maybe makes the best decals. Or one of the best. Okay. And then so this is sort of like, again, normal Tamiya fashion. They always give you tech tips, sort of what tools you might need, sort of what each tool would be used for. Very handy if you are beginning and you can just open up your kit, get this sheet out, and this sheet will tell you what you need, or maybe some of the basic tools that you may need to go through on your modelling adventure. And again, with Tamiya fashion, they do also include a paint diagram, which you'd kind of have to, me personally, I'd try and guess it. So I believe these Panzer IIs, see, this is where it's handy. If you can get hold of something like this, like German World War II, and it's got all the different camo designs of tanks, I can go, right, so this is a Panzer IIF. So I can just go and find the light tanks. So there we go, we've got the Panzer I. Well, I can get to a Panzer II. Here we go, Panzer II. So I can go, okay, right, I'm building a Panzer IIF. That's the design that I'd go with. So it's kind of like a German dark yellow with a green on top. But then if I want to go with G, okay, I can do it as German grey. Which is very handy. If you can pick something like this up, so I'll keep that on the screen just for a second. This can help you out, find a lot of designs to help you out. Me personally, that was a gift, so I would not be able to tell you where to get mine from. Okay, and going with Tamiya fashion, you've got the Japanese instructions. You then have the English instructions. So, obviously, with this one, I'll be looking at the English ones. And so they sort of tell you, give you a rough estimate of when you should use which division logo. A little bit of sort of information about the tank itself, what divisions they were in, what regiments they were in, and all stuff like that. They also do a little bit about the Battle of North Africa. You also have decals for the troops. As I said, I'm not really going to be doing the figures because that's not really what I do, but you have got all the designs. Obviously, they are period correct. So if anyone wants to say anything about that, that's fine. But just remember, it is period correct. And then we come on to actually how to build it. And this isn't very complicated. It's only 5 steps. So if you, as I said, if you are a beginner, this is going to be perfect. It's not too overwhelming. The kit's not all too expensive. I picked mine up for £11 off of Amazon. I'm not sure what the conversion rates are going to be. But yeah, about £12 and you get a kit that is completely beginner friendly. And it also shows you how to build the figures as well. But yeah, that's the Panzer 2F. And yeah, if some of you are looking to getting into the hobby, I would suggest looking at this kit because this will be a very good beginner place. Also, if you're looking at starting to doing a bit of weathering maybe, you might want to pick one of these tanks up because, as I said, they're not very expensive. So if you do ruin it, it's not very expensive to replace. I'm probably going to ruin mine multiple times. So, you know, everyone's a bit different. If you'd like to see some of my more expensive kits, then let me know and I will, you know, bring them on camera. If you want to see any of my current projects, just put a comment down below and I will make a video just dedicated to my current projects. There are quite a few, so it would be quite a long video. But yeah, if that's something you want to see, let me know down below. And yeah, I'll show you all of my current projects that I've got going. And yeah, just a quick little video. Not sure what the next unboxing will be. That one's going to be a little bit of a surprise. I know if you watched the Tiger 1 video, this kind of got leaked as the next one. There won't be anything like that in this one. I'm going to leave the next one as a surprise. But if you did enjoy it, slap that like button. Leave a comment down below of what's on your bench or maybe what model you'd like to see next. But anyway, guys, I'm Mac RC and Models. You've been amazing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.